I was failing in a game I didn't even want to win. You feel behind, like you've been chasing a carrot on a stick that you never seem to reach. Everyone your age, younger even, seems to have cracked the code. Self-made millionaires born in 2001, 11-year-old YouTube stars, while you are still figuring out your tax return. And that little voice goes, too late. Shouldn't you also be there by now? So just screw mental health and let's open all these accounts and really confirm that they have done more with their life than you ever will. I'm going to show you why that feeling is a lie and how I finally stopped measuring my worth against random people's highlight reels. Because I too lived in that feeling for years and sometimes it still creeps up. But I found out what is actually going on and why it's never the problem that I'm not ambitious enough or too late. That heavy, depressing, you're not enough feeling has nothing to do with your real life. It's a carrot on a stick, and it starts with a team leader of a company I was working in looking at me across a desk like I'd completely lost my mind. Years back, I'm sitting in a performance review, and my team leader has this fake sad face on, the one people pull when they are about to say something that will probably ruin your day, but deep down, they don't really care. Marty, your numbers aren't great. With numbers like these, it's gonna be really hard to make you senior. And I looked at him and said, not being cheeky, I fully meant it. I never said I wanted to become senior. And he goes full Pikachu face as if I said something ridiculous. Clearly thinking, then why are you even working here? Everyone in that office started at the same place. We were small, poor trainees. Same desk, same cheap coffee. And after a while, I noticed that everybody was grinding something. The promotion, the team lead, becoming the CEO, whatever, more money, better title. It's like they had this carrot. They could see it, they wanted. And I looked at the same carrot and felt nothing, zero pull or motivation. And for the whole time working there, I felt like that was my problem. As if everybody was handed out some kind of ambition and drive at birth, and I was playing sick when they were giving it out. And then after nearly 5 years, hang on, Marty, what if that is the wrong carrot? What if that is not my carrot? And who gets something out of me chasing that thing? Wait a second. Whoever hung that carrot there probably needs me to always feel behind. And I'll show you why in a second. Because that carrot is the comparison crab trap we all are wallowing in. You spend your whole life measuring yourself against the carrot that somebody else hung there, usually before you could even talk. And not just you, but the biggest part of our world does that nowadays. And nobody even checks in whether they really want that ugly thing dangling in front of their face. And then without you wanting that, your body does something completely mad. To your body and your brain, a photo of that old high school friend with their new own house feels like a lion is trying to eat you. It's a whole body survival alert for a problem that doesn't even exist. And while I was employed, I also felt like I was failing in a game I didn't even want to win. But if that office and that job wasn't my carrot, what is it? How do I find out? And looking back, that question was solved on a freezing pavement in a small town in Sicily. And cats. Sicily, where I lived for 9 months, is full of street cats. And on the outskirts of that city was a house close to the train station, and there lived Oscar. Oscar was a fat, dominant male cat. He was like a mafia boss reigning the small cat family that lived in that house. I often took walks around there, and one cold night, I sat down in front of that house on the freezing pavement, and all those small kittens came to me and then climbed onto my lap and just dozed off, purring, while Oscar and the mother were guarding them. And you know, that moment, with the butt freezing on the ground, the small warm kittens on my lap, that moment gave me more joy and zest for life than any salary ever could, than even buying my own smartphone for my hard-earned money ever did. So is that maybe my carrot? Cats? I'm supposed to work with cats and not earn money and buy things? Marty, be serious. You're making up a story. Remember when you were a broke student and you were handing out flyers and chocolate at events for a couple of euro just to save enough money for your dream trip to Japan? You didn't feel behind for a second. You were committed, you were obsessed, and you worked your ass off for that dream. 6 weeks Japan, and you made it. That was the carrot of all carrots for you at that time. So it was never about working or money. I can be ambitious, committed, obsessed, and whatever if it's really for my personal goal where my heart and soul are in. Which leaves us with one real question. If we don't want these carrots dangling there, then why do we feel like shit when we watch other people reaching them? Basically, your brain works out how you are doing by constantly checking out how everybody else is doing. You don't consciously decide to do that. That mechanism just runs beneath everything the whole time. And it made total sense when everyone around you were your 40 people of your tribe in your village. And suddenly, that one neighbor has the fattest potatoes, while yours look pathetic and puny. You need to know what he is doing so that you just survive the winter. Thus, your brain learned to associate falling behind the group with survival. That's why feeling behind feels so shitty. Like a deep existential crisis, like you are wasting your life while others are winning, as if you are quietly, permanently not enough. You can literally be safe, warm, well-fed, lying in your bed, and your nervous system whispers, "You are not enough. We are behind." Scroll on your phone. And when you then hand that little potato brain a friggin' phone, it freaks out. It's not just 40 people around you, but 8 billion. Filtered with the best angle, and everybody is winning in the game of life. Yeah, no wonder you are not behind. You are not late. Every brain does that. And you just might be one of the very few people on this planet who realize that that carrot is not yours. And lastly, who hung it there and why? Easy. We didn't hang it there. The algorithm did. It took our natural survival instinct, the will to keep up with the tribe, and turned it against us. We're all the same, going at 1 a.m. to our phones, scrolling through pictures, feeling shit because of things we actually don't even want. But that doesn't mean that there is anything wrong with us. It means that the machine is working. It shows us the top 1% of everybody's life to make us feel as if we are in the bottom 1% of our own. And the why is simple. A content-happy person doesn't spend 4 to 8 hours a day looking for a better life on their screen. But this whole reflex fires only when there is a carrot for you to chase. No carrot, no feeling behind. And for me, that moment with the cats and my first journey to Japan showed me exactly which were not my carrots. Nobody had to force me to sit down with those cats. Nobody had to motivate me to hand out chocolate for a couple of euros for 4 years. When that carrot is actually yours, maybe it's a totally different fruit, this sick, worthless feeling behind just doesn't come because you are not chasing anything. You are moving towards something honestly precious and personal that nobody can compare themselves to. So one thing you can do today, throw away your phone or unfollow everybody that trigger these thoughts within you. Friends, colleagues, celebrities. And this has nothing to do with you resenting them. They can have their gorgeous life. That's great for them. But you don't need it shoved in your eyes every day. Curating all your social media feeds is basic hygiene for your head and your heart. So fill it with stuff that inspires you instead, that genuinely aligns with your values, your interests, your strengths. My feed is full of creative, colorful, cringe people doing funny things with their life. And when I close the app, I feel hopeful for my life. You can call it avoidance if you want, but you are the master of your attention, so choose what goes in your head. So for today, just ask yourself one thing and sit with it. Whose carrot have I been chasing? And what would I actually run toward instead if nobody had ever shoved me theirs in the face? That question is the whole reason this channel exists. It's what I did. I pulled out those carrots one by one and started living a life that is so much different than the one I thought I was destined to live looking back at my past. And I want that for you. And if you want that too, subscribe and we're going to build it together. And tell me below in the comments, what is the thing in your life that people around you are kind of chasing, but you are not really interested? And if anything that I said resonated with you right now, watch this video next. It is about the 35 years I spent living someone else's life. See you there and thank you for watching.